Hey everybody, this is eTradeSupply.com, and today we're going to show you for the first time new parts for the Blackberry Z10. Here on the right we have the LCD. This one is also an LCD, although it appears to be a different version, and we'll show you why later. This in the middle is the Blackberry 10 Dev Alpha that was just used to test the software. This here is a front housing for the Z10. And finally, the back housing for the Z10. Here we have what appears to be two different versions of the LCD. The one on the left just has a red sticker on top. The one on the right, you can see it has a metal frame going around it. They both have 3 flex cables. The one on the top is the LCD flex cable. The one on the bottom is the digitizer flex cable. And the one in the middle we assume is for the navigation keypad. At the top you can see the hole configurations are a little bit different. This one has a sensor hole, an LED notification hole, a camera hole, and another sensor hole. This one has the 2 holes that are in the middle on this one are in the top right on this version. And there it has the sensor hole and the camera hole. The LCD for the new Z10 is 4.3 inches. Now, as you can see from the 2 versions we have, the one we have on the left doesn't say Blackberry on it. It's possible it just hasn't been printed, or that it's an earlier prototype version. Now, as you can see, the LCD fits perfectly into the front housing that we have. At the bottom it has 4 fittings, and they just slide right in. We have to be careful not to snap the flex cables off of this one, so we can't push it all the way in. Here we have the inside of the front housing. As you can see, the battery will go right here. The SIM card will probably slide in right there. There's where the vibrator is. There's a bunch of small components at the top, and not much else to see. Now if we take a look at the left side, you can see the HDMI output hole. You can also see the micro USB hole. On the top you have the headphone jack, the power button, and noise filter hole. On the right side you have the volume keys, and the bottom is blank. The front's pretty typical. It's 5.2 inches from bottom to top, 2.9 inches from left to right, and the speaker's right up here at the top, and there's a microphone at the bottom. This is just a blue plastic protection piece. It's silver underneath. This here is the rear housing. As you can see, there's a hole for the SD card. The battery cover will cover this entire rear housing. And this is where the battery will go. You have the camera holes right there, and possibly a speaker hole on the right side. If we compare this with the front housing, you can see that the rear housing fits right in. It's the same size, but these appear to be for different versions because at the top the fittings don't go in properly. Also, where the SIM card slot is on the rear housing, on the front housing, on the rear housing there's no hole for it. There is, however, a hole at the top part, so it could be for a different version, and on the other version I guess the SIM card goes in at the top. Now if I put the 3 parts together and I turn it to the side, and if you put the battery cover on this, it would probably be about 3/8 of an inch thick. Now if you want more news, or if you want to buy parts for the Blackberry Z10, come visit us today at eTradeSupply.com.